What's up, you guys? This is Zay Brooks, and this is episode 18 of a show that I do not know the title to yet. Today, I want to talk about feeling lost. And first off, what that really means, how you know if you're in that position, and then what to do, how to take action, where to practice faith when you do feel lost in your journey, in your life, in your relationships, in your friendships, wherever it may be. I think people don't realize that they feel lost and they may blame it on other people or other reasons, or they end up self-sabotaging. So that's really what I want to talk about. In my life, I could think of plenty of times where I'm on this like really good path and I feel like I'm going a certain way with my career or my job or something I really want to do. Just simply put, something I want to do. And then a couple weeks later, I might have different feelings, or I might feel like, why am I doing this? Or why do I believe this? And how is this going to be? So it's not necessarily doubt per se. Like, that's what it is that you want, but you're more so questioning as to why you want to do it. Or is this the way that I'd like to do it? Does that make sense? I hope it does. One thing I want to say also is I know I've taken like a 2-3 week break. And I think the biggest reason for that is because I had said in prior episodes, I don't want to have episodes where I keep repeating what I'm saying and it feels like I'm just overwhelming you with information every single day. I don't think that's fair to you or fair to me. In reading self-help books, they always say, like reading self-help books over and over and over without applying yourself to the things that you've learned, it's like you're just regurgitating information going in one ear and out the other. So with that being said, as of right now, I will be posting 2 times a week. So the last episode came out Tuesday. This is Thursday, March something. And I think for now, 2 times a week is a good enough time for you to apply the things that I'm talking about, potentially resonate with what I'm saying. Or on the flip side, it's just a good time for you to not feel overwhelmed by me, and to me not feel overwhelmed by you, right? Like I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I want to make sure that it's quality concepts, things that organically come to mind. I don't want to feel like I'm pushing things onto you or forcing myself to sit here and have conversations with you guys. Because my chief definite aim is to create a community of people that sit here and talk and create a place where they can be open and transparent and learn and have thought-provoking concepts that you can resonate with in your own life. And if you're already practicing those things, having somebody like me to be able to articulate that to where you can go share with other people in your family, other friends, things of that nature, that's super important, right? Some people may have these ideas that they want to explain to their friend, their girlfriend, their brother, whoever, and they don't know how. Maybe you show them my video. It's like that's something that I think is super beautiful. So with that being said, want to post 2 times per week. So anyways, let's get into it. The first example where I think about feeling lost is in my career, right? I've said this countless times before. I left my job to basically chase the idea of getting paid to be me. And there have been dozens of times where I'm sitting here like, man, is this really what I want to do? And in turn, it feels like you're lost. Or, you may be thinking about what life is like as an entrepreneur, but then you see somebody else working a job, or you see somebody else doing close to what it is that you want to do, but it's like, oh, they're more stable and they make money and they have money that comes in every 2 weeks and they can invest and get a house. And it's like in my head, it's not doubt of, is this not what I want to do? Because I know it is. It's just sometimes I feel lost about where I'm supposed to go next or what I'm supposed to do. Even right now with me, right? Like I'm at a point where as an entrepreneur, I'm actually making enough money now where I can, believe it or not, stay afloat on my bills. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck anymore. And so, I ask myself, am I getting comfortable? Like I'm happy and I'm thankful for that. But, what else is there to do? I'm pushing for financial freedom, getting paid to be me, but I'm not sure how I'm going to take that next step. But it's funny to think about how I had just a year prior thought about how can I get in a position as an entrepreneur where I can be above my bills and not be floating, right? Treading water in a sense. I think that's the first thing you can do when recognizing you're feeling lost in your journey is realize how far you've come. Even if it's only a couple of baby steps in your journey, realizing how far you've come and where you are now, I think that will help you understand in this present moment, there are more things that need to be done to take you to that next level. But being thankful for what it is that you have, expressing that level of gratitude to God helps him know that you're not taking this opportunity, this situation, this position that you're in for granted. You understand that there are more things to do. You may not know what that is, and maybe that's what you're missing. But maybe sometimes that takes inspiration from other things, other people you haven't met, things that you haven't done, I'm not saying it's wrong to always know what you want and to always be 10 steps ahead. But, you know, it is okay to not know in the middle of your journey sometimes. That's with anything, right? Let's say I'm playing a video game, for example, right? Something like Skyrim. There's going to be moments in that storyline where I don't know what to do. So it's almost like a sense of boredom, but it's not boredom because there's a burning desire to complete the game. So what do? I may be feeling lost. But then as you walk around and practice gratitude in the game, obviously I'm talking about a game here. So, I'm trying to make it serious, but I know I'm talking about a video game. You get the analogy. You walk around and naturally you find these side quests, or you find people that didn't know exist, or these opportunities that you didn't know exist. And then next thing you know, you're right on the path. And lo and behold, that journey was kind of like the side quest that was supposed to help you in your main journey. Maybe you didn't help it directly, but the emotions and the thought processes that you needed to learn helps you in your main journey. That's more so what I'm trying to say about feeling lost with me and my career is just letting go, practicing faith in God, knowing that there are times when I don't know what to do, but that's the coolest part. That's the beauty of it. Taking that feeling lost and saying, wow, there might be more opportunities that are far more exciting that I haven't seen yet. I'm going to trust God that those opportunities are being attracted towards me. I have a chief definite aim, burning desire, and unwavering faith. So the physical equivalent is inevitable. With that being said, I choose to be free. I choose to be happy. Yeah, I may feel lost, but why is that a bad thing? Why is that a negative connotation? If anything, it's more room for excitement. If you knew in your life what was going to happen every single day for the rest of your life, that'd be a pretty boring life. Even if you knew you were going to be a millionaire, you're like, yeah, sure, that's exciting. But imagine if you knew exactly how it was going to happen. It would be way less of a sweat, right? It'd be way less boring if you knew that's how it was going to take place. So I think that's why in our lives, God places us in these moments where we feel lost, because it brings back that level of excitement. It brings back that level of inspiration. Makes you realize, man, there are infinite possibilities. When you feel lost, right? You're in the middle of a desert, let's just say, for example, there are infinite possibilities of where you can go or what can take place. It's like, yeah, you can look at that negatively because it's the unknown and you're not sure what's next and all these things, and you can have these negative thoughts creep in. But in all of my episodes, I try to tell you guys to figure out a way to take these negative concepts and how to turn them positive, even by just taking the smallest step of changing your mindset or positive self-talk. I think those are super important when you feel lost, specifically in your career, right? The past couple of minutes I've been talking about a career. The same goes for a relationship, right? I don't think, there's nothing wrong with feeling strong in your relationship 24/7, 365, right? But questioning your faith in the strength of your relationship, right? Not saying, oh, I have doubt that this is happening behind my back or our communication's not good. No, it's more so, where can it get better? Right? I'm feeling lost. It may feel a little mundane. It may feel a little routine with my partner. Now I can think, instead of turning it into doubt, oh man, maybe this is boring. Maybe this isn't the person for me. How can I make myself the greatest version of myself to make my partner the greatest version of themselves to create an even better relationship, right? Feeling lost, turning that from negative to positive. How can I better my relationship? I'm feeling a little bit lost in it. Gives you that moment of the infinity where it's like, man, I can do anything with this relationship to make it better or worse. But I choose to live in a positive mind state. I have gratitude for how far I've came in the relationship. I enjoy it. I want to do it. I have a chief definite aim of, whatever it is your aim is with your partner, burning desire and wavering faith. The physical equivalent is inevitable. Then I choose to look at the feeling lost idea, thinking about what can happen positively to enrich our relationship with myself, with my partner, or even us together. The example that came to mind as soon as I said relationships is something like religion, right? People, and I forgot, I don't know if it says this in the Bible, and I don't want to misquote, but a lot of my friends, my best friend specifically, he has a theology degree. He says it's actually okay for your lost feeling in your faith, because ultimately it strengthens your skepticism and grows you even closer. You have even more conviction for following whatever it is that you choose to follow. I think that's also super important in life, where it's okay to hear different views and perceptions of the life that you live. And if it brings on a level of this lost feeling, I think that's a grand opportunity to help research and refine your goals and aspirations, and then it'll bring you even more conviction on what it is that you want, right? Knowing that what you want all the time, like that's great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. Always knowing what you want and blocking out everything else, having this like tunnel vision can be beneficial. But being able to hear other perceptions, other thought processes, other opinions, and then you experience, whoa, maybe I have a little bit of skepticism in my career as a content creator. Maybe I have a little bit of a lost feeling in my relationship or my religion. I wonder why. And then you get to dive into that. Do you have doubt and self-sabotage yourself and start to overthink and have anxiety about it? No. That's not what you do when you feel lost. You take that and you find moments where you can improve, find moments where you can research and enrich your thought process, your beliefs, so that you have more conviction with what it is that you want. Feeling lost is not a bad thing. I think feeling lost with the right mindset is a phenomenal feeling. I used to think feeling lost was really bad. Like I'm messing up or I'm not doing something right, or even at the very least, man, I don't feel God with me right now in my journey. Other moments I do, but other moments I don't. I used to think that was a bad thing. But just like tests, your teacher is with you for the lecture, what's it called where you have the quiz? It's like a cheat sheet, but you're like doing the quiz review. But during the test, the teacher sits as far away from you as possible and allows you to take your test to see how far you've come, see what you need to learn, see how you feel in this moment based on what you've learned and furthermore, what you need to learn. I think that's super important. It's the same thing with God. I think God is our teacher. God is our business partner. But in the teacher mind state, it's okay to know that sometimes God is testing you to see how far you've came. Maybe a chief definite aim is something that you wanted to learn about yourself. Maybe you wanted to have no longer wanted to have insecurity about whatever. And then maybe that test is God leaving you alone and allowing people to come test you. See if that really is what you want. See if that really is the lifestyle that you choose to live, that you say that you want. The chief definite aim of not feeling insecure or having a good relationship or saying that you're really good at your job or whatever it is that you want to do, right? Feeling lost would be saying, I feel like I'm a really good basketball player and I'm going to get my education paid for. Maybe feeling lost is somebody coming up to you and saying, I don't really think you're that good at basketball. I don't think you'll make it to college. Their words can affect you so much that it makes you feel lost negatively, right? And I think that's where some of you are having this counter argument in your mind is, well, what if somebody makes me feel lost like that's not what I want to do? Well, the unwavering faith in what it is that you want, if it really is unwavering, that means nobody can move you. Nobody can persuade you. That is what you want. And that will happen because you believe it to be so. Feeling lost doesn't mean that somebody telling me, I'm bad at basketball, that it's over and it's ruined. And if anything, you just take a moment and you realize this is a moment for me to enrich my beliefs and what I feel, so I can have even more conviction in what it is that I want. That's the main premise of, if there's one thing that you could take away from this, right? Feeling lost allows the infinity for you to research, grow, give you a moment of clarity to figure out what it is that you want and enrich yourself on how to be even better at finding what you want. Even with this show, I ask myself, is this really what I want to do? Do I want to give these talks for 30 minutes to people, and the views, why are they not this amount of views this early? Or why aren't more people paying attention? Like, all these thoughts can creep in. And I think it's important for me to allow that, to allow feeling lost with everything, because now I'll tell you exactly what happened. I posted like 15 to 17 episodes and I felt really strong about them. And then I realized what I told you guys at the beginning of the episode, so I don't want to repeat myself, but I felt a little lost. I had friends that reached out and said, bro, I thought you said you were going to do this. I thought you said, it's like, and that's okay. Again, I invite that, right? Feeling lost about what it is that I want to do, I think is a good thing. So I had thought to myself, why do I feel lost? I think it's because I'm almost pushing myself too much to give thought-provoking concepts, things that are ultimately organic in my life. I'm living under the assumption that I'm thinking about these thought-provoking concepts and life-changing, resonating things every day. That's not the case, right? I have days where, a fluctuation of days, of where I feel very reflective or very philosophical. And I have other days where I'm really focused on my friends or my career, right? Different days asks for different things. And that's the way that I wanted to live my life. So I'm super thankful for that I don't wake up 9 to 5 every day. Or in this example, if this were my business, I wake up at 7 a.m. and just thought-provoking concepts all day, execute, do this. Like, that's not really what I want. Are these feelings of doubt? No. No, doubt's a completely different thing. Doubt is I can't, I won't, this isn't, negative, negative, negative. Having neutral thoughts about things in your journey, that's where you feel lost. Don't make doubt. Don't replace or think that doubt is feeling lost. I guess in a sense, questioning, you can question and ask yourself, but saying it is the difference between doubt and feeling lost. Why am I doing this? Is this the right thing? Why, how, when, where do I want to do this? What does this mean to me? What is the impact of feeling? What do I want to get out of this? Those to me are feeling lost. The negative stuff that I don't even want to say out loud. That's where the doubt is. So anyways, I have these questions to myself about this show, and I found the answers of what I want. I texted some of my mentors, some people that I really trust, their creative opinion, and I came to the conclusion that I definitely want to do this for as long as I live, really. Like, as long as I can figure out how to record and have the phone and be able to say what's on my mind, I want to be able to do that. But the quality is far more important to me than the quality. Or, no, sorry, said that wrong. The quality is far more important than the quantity to me. I want to give you something that feels genuine, that feels real, that feels authentic. I don't want to jeopardize that for the sake of posting every day. I don't want to jeopardize that. I know what I give is valuable because of the feedback I receive, and I'm thankful. And I think I know the community will grow. So with that being said, and I know whatever I do, whatever I choose to do, I cannot fail because God is my business partner. I will post as I see fit, create a schedule that people can follow, give quality concepts that I'll think about throughout the day that I don't feel pressure to go through the motions and accidentally repeat myself. And more importantly, overwhelm the viewer. I couldn't imagine someone trying to listen to me every single day and I give them something new to accomplish. It's just too much. It can get overwhelming. I'm trying to imagine myself, somebody trying to tell me to do something new every day or think about something new every day. I'm going to forget the last thing and the thing before. So 2 times a week feels very good. Something to start your week and something to finish out your week. And then, some videos you might resonate with and you're like, that makes sense to me. I want to apply that into my life. And then other episodes you're like, Zay, I'm thankful that you told me that, but I feel like I've got that covered. Or I feel like that's something I can cover later and maybe write down and jot about or have a conversation with somebody about so I can further push myself to be in a position to focus on what you said. It gives people time and room, right? And I think supply and demand is real too. I think giving people something to resonate with that's funny or very trivial, I think that's something that you can do every day. But something where it's really like resonating with their soul, with their being, spiritual, philosophical concept stuff that you dig deep and reflect. Not everybody wants to do that every day. Some people do. I guess I do in a sense, but not always, because there are days where different days call for different things, and that's the life that I manifested. So I'm telling you in real time how to deal with feeling lost. I was doing this for 3 weeks wide-eyed, so excited. And then I started asking myself questions, researching, enriching, asking for help. And now I have even more conviction on what it is that I want to do. I never wavered or wanted to quit or thinking that this isn't what I wanted to do. I know it is. It's meant for me. Feeling lost helped me understand and build even more conviction as to why I want to do this, why I want to bring thought-provoking concepts and things to resonate with in your life, what that means to me. Feeling lost is okay. Feeling lost doesn't have to mean negative. It's a neutral thing that you can take and turn positive, or on the flip side, you can make it negative. But it's about changing your mindset. All right. I think that's all I have to say on that. So we'd like to do a guided meditation. So if you can find somewhere on the ground, say crisscross applesauce, on your bed, on the ground, wherever. And what I want you to do is close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. So in and out. We're going to do that 2 more times. In and out. In and out. Keep your eyes closed for me. I just want you to think about all the things that you're grateful for, the first things that come to mind. Think about all the things that you're grateful for. And the feeling that that invokes inside of you with your senses. Have this one thing in mind, the thing that you're probably most thankful about. Think about that right now. Number one thing, whether it's your girlfriend, your job, whatever. I don't want to paint the picture in your head, or boyfriend. Think about why you have so much gratitude for them. For it, for the item, something you own, a friend. Why do you feel so much gratitude for them? What is it about them or it or whatever it is? Why? Wondering why they are so grateful to you is something you can ask yourself all over in different aspects of your life. Asking why, or what for, or how so. Those are all things that'll help enrich you and take you to a place where you have more conviction in the things that you want and the things that you're thankful for, the things that you're pushing for, striving for. I want you to think about this in your mind's eye. Repeat it after me. I can do all things. My chief definite aim is, insert here. I have a burning desire and unwavering faith. And because of this, I know that the physical equivalent is inevitable. Feeling lost in what I want is not a bad thing, because anything and everything is possible. I choose to be positive. I choose to turn negativities into positivities. I choose that because it is so. I am the co-creator of my reality with God. I am thankful and I am ready for whatever it is that comes my way. All right, you can open your eyes now. Appreciate you guys for sticking with me, man. I know this is something that I want to do, something that I'm going to keep doing. I just need to strategize, conceptualize, and figure out the best way for my life and for yours. And if you're listening to this and you didn't resonate with anything I had to say, that's okay. I'm still glad that you watched. I hope there's other videos in my catalog that you would enjoy. And if you really do enjoy what I'm saying, if you are resonating, share this to somebody. That is the best way of marketing in this day and age. I don't care about short form or emails or nothing. I want to do it my way. I am creating my own organic avenue because I will be successful no matter what, because I choose it to be. Anyways, share this with somebody. Give them an episode that you think they would really like. And if you're already doing that, I appreciate you more than you know. Trust me. Life is truly good. It is truly good, and it is okay to feel lost because infinite possibilities can happen. All right. I'll see you guys next time.